Hey guys, this is Mike. Our main computer is down, so I cannot edit my videos for a while anyways. So I'm just going to cram all this into one. First I've got a little bit of news. Um, First of all, the background you see here, the ugly background, will be changed. I'll be setting up a green screen right here, and I'll have who knows what behind me. So I'm working on that still. I'm going to get some different backgrounds. I don't know, maybe underwater or something. Something to go with the I don't know, something to go with my video. And there's one other thing. I'm starting to deal. You could just leave a comment on this video for this. You leave me a type of fish. Just name the type of fish, like a freshwater fish, because I live, in freshwater, so I'm not going to be able to do any saltwater fishing videos anytime soon. But leave me, just type in a freshwater fish, and I'll try to make a video of what size rod, what size line, what size hooks, what size baits, what kind of baits, where to fish, I'll tell you how to catch that fish. Now, I'm not a professional, but I can tell you how to catch the fish. So, leave me some kind of fish down in the comments box below, and let's get started. So, the first thing I want to do, because I've got, the other things are kind of not as important, but I'm going to do this catfishing rig. You've probably seen it before, but this is a way to make it for yourself, make it easy. If you like fishing with chicken liver or chicken gizzard or any other kind of meat, like the stink bait is, I would never use that stuff. Use the, or any kind of chicken, meat, turkey, ham, use that kind of meat. It works better. Personally, it works better for me anyways. Not like I go after it, but. So what I did was I just took, this is 50-pound braided leader, and it works great because they absolutely can't see it, especially at night. And I've got I think it's a ½ ounce, I'm not 100% sure. I'm guessing it's a ½ ounce to a 1 ounce sinker on the bottom. And then I've tied a long loop about 4 inches, 5 inches long. I'm going to say 5 inches long. And I tied 3 of them going up the line. There's 1, 2, 3. And then another loop at the end with a small ring. And the ring is just to make it easier to tie in case you're in a hurry. So when you throw it in and you let it set for a second, you make sure it gets into the ground. It'll get caught on something or any whatever. And depending on how deep you are, the deeper you are, the lower you can have the first loop. But because if you're shallow, then it's going to be on the ground. And you don't want that because then you're hooked on the ground. But if it's deeper and you're like this, then that will work. The higher up though, if you kept it at the middle one and it was shallow like this, then it still wouldn't hit the ground. But then you put your treble hooks on each one of those and your bait. And like I said, this is just to make it easier to tie in case you're in a hurry or you need to change it fast or I don't know, whatever reason. Now, I'll get to the rod last. This is how to jug fish. Now, this is one of the easiest and most effective ways to catch catfish. First of all, you need to cut yourself about, depending on how deep the lake is, if it's a shallow lake and you're fishing for flatheads or something, I'd say cut off about 3 feet of line. If it's a deep lake, you can cut up to maybe 6 to 8 feet of line. It gets a lot harder to deal with, so I'm just going to start with like 3 feet of line. So you cut off your line, you automatically tie a loop at each end, and you double tie that knot because the loop is the easiest and best knot to tie because you can take it off or replace it, but double tying it makes it tight enough to where it won't come off. It can't come off if you double knot it. So you're going to do that on both ends, and that's going to make this a lot shorter than it was before. But that's okay because I'm not going to be using this. And this one I'll just tie a single knot because like I said, I'm not going to be using it. And you're going to take and run it through the handle of a milk jug because everybody drinks milk, so the next time you finish a milk jug, just throw it in a shed or throw it in a bucket or something and just keep throwing them in there. And when you get like 6 of them or so, you can go out and go jug fishing. If you've got access to a boat, which I have like my John boat, which is perfect for that. So you put the loop through, you pull it back through, and you've got your knot tied onto the handle. Okay. Now, like I said, this is 50-pound line, so you can catch a pretty darn big catfish on that. Now, you can't catch some 200-pound catfish, but how many people catch 200-pound catfish? You know. So, you put it on that. Now, a lot of people will take and duct tape the end, the cap. That's not necessary. You can. The only thing it would do is if it's a huge fish, it starts to pull it under, and it gets so much pressure that it just pops off, you know, then maybe. But if you think about it, you can take a milk jug and turn it upside down, and the lid won't leak out. It's made to seal it, so you don't have to. Like I said, you can, but I would say it's better to do it, but you don't necessarily have to. As for the hook, wherever I put it, hopefully it didn't run off on me. Okay. Get the strongest. You don't want a big, bulky hook of some kind, and you don't want necessarily treble hooks when you're jug fishing because they're going to come up and they're going to bite it and then probably come and just start moving, and it's going to set the hook when they pull down on that jug, and it's going to be all up in their lips, and you're going to have a real problem. So one hook is better, and this is a seriously strong steel hook. This thing you can take and put it on the winch of a car and just, you know, throw your cable out there and catch a 8-foot alligator gar and reel it in on the front of your Jeep or whatever. This is a strong steel hook. I'm telling you, this is dangerously strong. You could seriously pull some stuff around with this hook before it actually bend on you. And I might even make a video of that, how strong these hooks are. So you put the loop through it, you pull the loop back through, and that's where the double knot comes in handy because it absolutely will not come off. That's all you have to do. You put your bait on, you put them in your boat, you go out here, you throw one there, you go out a little bit more, you throw one there, and then you just oh, that's another thing. You can take a glow stick and put a glow stick inside, put the cap back on, and then you can fish at night with them, or you can throw it out there and come back the next day, but the glow stick works pretty good. And then you just leave it there, and I don't think there's any catfish that can pull a whole milk jug under the water very easily. Sooner or later they're going to die of stress and they're just going to float right back up to the top. That's a lot of weight to pull. If you think about it, how many fish do you know that can pull a bobber? Or it's the same thing. Okay, so this is the last thing. I don't know how long my camera battery is going to last. It's almost dead, so like I said, I can't edit this, so it's going to be all in one video. This is a review on my Ugly Stick light rod. It's a 2-piece. Now you may be thinking that, you know, you've heard that the Ugly Sticks are real strong rods and you can touch the ends